Hi everybody, welcome to TFT Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with Oberon and Banshee. This is me, Oberon, Mr. O, Alan, and this is the emotional exchanges for this week, the week that we are coming to, the 20th to the 26th. My Friday show. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to start off with a reading for the collective from the Universal Love Oracle set by Tony Carmine Salerno. All right. And I like to pick these randomly a little bit. Heaven on Earth. Beautiful. Heaven is a state of mind. Both heaven and hell are created through our thoughts, actions, and intentions. This card is pointing to the fact that you have helped create a disturbing situation in your life simply by giving power to it. Regardless of who or what is bothering you, know you can change the situation by ceasing to give power to that negative person or situation. Focus instead on the positive power of love. Send light to all concerned and feel yourself energetically detached from them. Start to create heaven on earth by making love your focus. In doing so, you will attract loving people and situations into your life. So that was the Universal Tarot, Universal Love Tarot. And now for the reading. And of course, the reading is done for the elemental signs of the zodiac. The first card is what emotion or feeling is coming to you. The second card is why is this important? And the third card is where will this lead to? So we're going to start off with the air signs. And air signs are Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. And the first card is the Hanged Man. So what is coming to you is the possibility that you can further some goals, especially emotionally, or mostly in the emotional thing, but you have to be willing to give a little in order to get a little. So if there's a relationship maybe that has just been sort of navigating or orbiting around but not really coming into land, now's the time to figure out what that's about and what you need to do maybe to bring that in. Are you going to just keep hanging around, or is there a way to bring some value here, bring some understanding in? So why is this important? And it's because of the Eight of Wands upright, and that Eight of Wands I think tells you that what's happening right now is that it's important because you are being pulled along to express this energy, and it's probably going to be very vibrationally higher and vivacious even. It seems to me like, this is about a thrust of creativity and confidence going forward in your emotional realm. There's something you're exploring, or that you will be able to once you have figured out what it is you're bringing to the table by sacrificing in a way. So where will this ultimately lead to? And it's the Empress reversed. So where it ultimately leads to, I think, is you finding this way to mostly love yourself. And maybe that's what this was all about, is that you haven't really loved yourself enough, air signs, and maybe it's partially because you sort of felt there was a price to pay for that you weren't quite willing. But maybe now you understand things differently, and maybe now you can realize it's like heaven on earth, right? You can realize that you can just go along this merry ride because ultimately you're going to take care of yourself and become a better person. So that's what I leave you with, air signs. And we are now going to move on to the fire signs. And fire signs are Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. This one is for you. You have truly powerful, transformative kinds of situations going on. Fire signs. What is coming to you? Emotionally speaking, that is. Wow. You have the Hangman. Oh, gee. So everything I said for the air signs applies for you, but maybe even more so, because a lot of times the fire signs tend to be the ones who are a little bit more employing of their ego. They understand themselves and they have supreme confidence. It's that wand energy, I suppose, that shows up hither and yon. But you have this opportunity to make up for something by giving more of yourself, and it would only help you emotionally. Why is this important? Well, it's the Two of Wands reversed. It's important because maybe you hadn't really considered what to do beyond the fruition of your current plans. Maybe you didn't realize that there's somewhere else you can move yourself to. And so you have to sort of put yourself back on that track, reverse it again to the Two of Wands and realize that there's a situation that you could probably really exploit here. You just need to know how to do that. And I think a big part of that is really realizing you need to come back to the table, that maybe you had drifted away for a while. So where does this lead to? And it's the Five of Pentacles. And it's upright. And it's a little disturbing because it seemed to be going better there, but the Five of Pentacles for the fire signs may be saying that you're sort of taking yourself out. You're pulling yourself out of the equation in a way, and maybe for you that's what giving up something means, and maybe that's what foregoing progress means, is sort of you put yourself into a situation where maybe you're able to more critically and bluntly, honestly examine what's going on emotionally in your life, fire signs, and why is it that you seem to be on the outside looking in. I don't know, this is a little bit perturbing. I'm going to leave it with that because I'm really actually not quite sure what that's about. So let's move on now to the water signs. And by the way, did I mention that this is my new and improved down and dirty way of delivering love, the emotions here. I'm just trying to breeze through the readings a little bit quicker. There may be less on the recap. You'll just have to go back and watch it again. But I had decided that maybe I could tighten it up. And so I did. So water signs, you are Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. What is coming towards you? That's the Ace of Cups, but it's reversed. Something that maybe you felt was bringing you a lot of, emotional satisfaction, and maybe you felt that, it was good, that it was just starting, but it really felt wonderful. Maybe you realize it's not working out, or you realize there's a delay in it going forward at this point. Why is this important, this understanding? And it's the Five of Wands. And maybe from that emotional point of view, there are too many things competing with it. It's not just maybe the possibility of other romances or other things you enjoy doing, though that would seem to be, kind of normal, but it could just be a lot of other things too, externals that compete with it, your need to earn a living, for example, stuff like that. So it's important for you to understand, that something kind of pooped out on, a new romance or a new thing you liked doing, and it was probably because things were just too busy and challenging. But where will this lead to ultimately? And it's the Nine of Wands. And I think the Nine of Wands says you have to bring yourself to that point where you understand all of the effects that are going on, and you understand that if not for yourself, for someone else, you have to kind of maintain a certain sense of control, and you have to understand what's going on and what to expect here. And it's a little dismal looking, but I'm going to just have to go with that and say that where it's leading to, water signs, is maybe you feeling you have to be the better person in some respects, and you have to stand up for certain things. So I'm going to leave it with that, water signs. And we're going to move on now to our final, the earth signs. Earth signs are Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. And if you like these readings, we're also live streaming several times a week, a regular live stream on Sunday and Thursdays where you can ask questions. You have to be there or leave your question for us to get. If you disappear before we get to your turn, you may not get another turn, depending on how busy we are. We also do happy hour on Saturdays, and that's just a good card with a happy message for everybody. All right, so earth signs, what is coming towards you? And you have a reversed ace as well. It's the Ace of Wands. So with you guys, what's coming towards you maybe is the realization that a particular goal, a project, some sort of networking or some sort of new friendship, that it too is sort of having a slowdown, or there's sort of a sense of the dynamics, going away. It just sort of seems like it started off good, but it's petering out. Why is that important? It's the Seven of Cups. And maybe it's important because there's just too much going on. I mean, whatever that was, maybe it was very hyper involved, and it would have meant you would have been supremely interacting emotionally with a number of persons or situations, and that under normal circumstances could be good. But maybe earth signs, you didn't see really where it was going. Maybe you didn't see the growth potentials. Maybe it just looked like it was sort of, too fantastical. So where will this ultimately lead to? And it's the reverse Three of Cups. And I don't like when the Three of Cups comes up reversed, because to me, this is like saying, and I've said it before recently, the party's over. Something that seemed to be going good has kind of turned out to be not so good. And of course, the easiest way to look at that is that maybe this is about friends who sort of wear out their welcome almost immediately, or friends who sort of become unfriends, or something awkward that happens that sort of changes what should be a happy occasion into a not so happy occasion. So it sort of feels like almost like maybe the earth signs thought they were in a new network, new friends, new situations, but they may find that maybe it's not quite happening that way. I'm going to leave it with that and say, just take care. And for all of you, thanks for coming. to my emotional exchanges. Don't forget to watch all those shows I mentioned. Don't forget to watch also, too, on Monday will be another monthly modality message because the sun is moving into Scorpio. The Halloween season is nigh upon us. So I'll see you next time for the emotional exchanges. Take care, everybody. Bye now.